really good versus the composition of NXP.
NXP, very artillery focused. As in, kahit si Bane, kahit yung Bane nila parang gusto lang din mag-deal ng damage tapos poprotektahan sila ng Edith at saka ng Lolita. But, Wolf, I have a question for you now that we've wrapped up this draft. Remember the time wherein sobrang talamak ng Lolita? I'm guessing 2020, gano'n, early 2020. Ang sagot sa kanya, Lilia. Kasi napapasabugan siya, hindi gumagana yung shield.
Yep.
Is this a clear interaction? Okay lang ba ang ONIC dito? Kakayanin pa nilang Lolita?
Yes, yes. And I think that they're not really that concerned about it. I think yung talaga nakaka-counter lang naman kasi talaga ng Lolita is this Clint. And if you think about it, wala silang pang-cancel doon sa Nominal Blast na straight up. So maybe doon na sila magiging concerned about this. So if you're asking me, are they okay na may presence na Lolita? Yeah, surely. Kasi meron naman din silang clue. If ever, meron silang way para ma-visionan agad kung lasan si Lolita and maybe stop Lolita from casting the ultimate or at least they're finding a good position for the ultimate.
Okay, looking forward to it. Again, both teams slowly gumaganda yung identity ng draft nila and it took 4 games. We're in game 4 now in the league ng NEXPLAY EVOS 2-1. Also, we're learning about Sicilian. NEXPLAY EVOS, mukhang spam Sicilian sila dito. And so far, I'm not even missing Ivor Farsa. Parang ang lupet ni Sicilian ngayon sa metagame is because yung battle mages dati natin, si Farsa and Eve, kapag nag-ult sila, wala na, finish na. Diba? It's either you win or you wait, you back out. Ito si Sicilian, basta meron kang Bat's Impact or yung Sanguine Claws, okay ka eh. Yung ult mo parang extra na lang siya eh. Diba? Tapos gumagalaw-galaw ka pa.
That's right.
You're very mobile. So,
yeah.
I understand the priority they have on Sicilian.
Me too. Honestly, feel maganda pa rin yung Sicilian sa game na to. Looking at the composition of ONIC Philippines, parang walang pang punish dun sa Sicilian, at least. By punish, I mean yung aabot dun sa late game kung saan makakontest siya. Pero kasi itong Sicilian, ang gagawin na niya talaga mag-farm until such point na sobrang lakas na burst na niya as we saw in the previous game.
And here's something new, Wolf. Si Hatred na ngayon ang naging full-on roamer. I was expecting actually Oh My Baloyski. Pero si Greed ngayon ang nakalilya.
Okay. That's very interesting. Ang last time nakita ko nag-Rafaela, si Hatred was the last game of the M3 World Championship. And it just doesn't translate well to me. Kasi parang malikit si Hatred.
Yep. Ang daming mechanical nuance ng batang to. 'Di ba? Sobrang galing ni Gaylord sa totoo lang sa mga microhan. But when you give him a hero like Rafaela, para ano lang siguro yan? The early days of Chakno Rafaela. Kailangan natin masanay.
Yeah. Siguro nga talaga ganun. Nakikita natin na si Chakno na Rafaela, yung Rafaela tas may tag na Chakno, parang wait a minute. Saan ang talon? Nasaan ang 5-man knock-up dito? But at least nakakatama pa siya ng baptism. So, still needs a lot of...
Did you see that? The H2 donut connection, nakita mo nag-flicker in si Marky, muntik ka nang mapatay si H2, pero na-stun ni Donut. Na-save niya yung jungler niya. Still no kills here. 1 minute 30 seconds in. About 300-400 gold lead ng ONIC Philippines at nansusuplex si Ureshi dito sa top lane. This is odd. Nananalo yung Edith sa glue. And I'm guessing that's because of the concussive blast as well.
Yep.
First blood off camera, papahirapan naman ng ONIC dito. Si H2 sa pagkuha ng ONIC back.
Magandang start para sa ONIC Philippines, pero yung top lane, yun nga lang, ay panalo. Dilar has petrified now. So, hindi siya yung tipo mga flicker or yung execute na inaabangan ko. Still wishing na makakita tayo ng execute glue. Pero this time, it's just petrified. Ganda lang dito, si Flick ay nakakachempo sa ating laban. And he's actually a level ahead. Kaso, wala siya. May retreat siya actually. Pero hindi niya, tempted to not go for it. And instead, H2 will be able to secure that.
Yep. Give respect. Flick is respecting H2. Still one of the most talented junglers in the game right now. And on point siya, Rumetri. Again, we've known him to steal certain objectives that he has no business doing. So I gets ko yung ginagawa ni Flick dito. But still, again, NEXPLAY EVOS, they're behind, maybe 500 gold. So, okay na. Kaya rin hindi nagpipilit si Flick na mag-steal.
Sobrang standard ba nangyayari natin ngayon?
Yep.
Imagine po nung game 1, game 2, we're saying na bakbakan, tapos yung game 3 was super duper odd. Ito, sobrang standard eh. But ONIC Philippines, despite them losing one hero dun sa may top lane, lamang pa rin sila sa gold. This is because nakakalamang sa wave clear itong kanilang mid lane duo. At the same time, maganda rin ang start para kay Super Marky. And also, napigilan nila kahit papano itong Bane. And this is a good sign para sa ONIC Philippines kasi typically ang Bane talaga ay snowball type. Dapat siya yung mas mabilis mag-clear ng jungle, siya yung mas nakaka-rotate ng much faster, gets the turtle as well.
They forced out the black shoes from Greed. Ang ngayon, papaulanan. Si Donut ang damage dito. Word of one memory. Ang sagot na din. They're gonna go down. Hates pops nearby. Haze. Greed boy pa. Sanguine Claw's gonna keep him alive. H2. Looking for the crab. Claw cannon. Pew! Hindi pa mapapatay dito. Si Baloyski gonna live. Gonna run away with it. 1-for-1 trade.
Ang nag-game trade ay roam for roam. So sobrang action nung nangyari, pero room for room trade. But a real trade is map na naligalawan dito ng ONIC Philippines. If you'll notice, nakakuha doon si Flick ng purple buff. So we're gonna see it once again. I wonder kung paano nakuha ni Hayden. Okay, naabot pala siya din nung... what was that? Okay. Tinaman pa rin siya nung isa nung first kill. But then again, ito si Super Marky was able to run away from the deadly catch. That's great. And ngayon, H2 is put in a spot kung saan trailing behind na siya. And maganda yata yung wraparound dito ng ONIC Philippines. Pero handa ang NXP EVOS. They're clumped up together.
Yeah. It's a game of I know you know. Parang may sagot ako kung aamba ka. And so far, you're right, Wolf. H2 not having the best game as the Bane, but you can imagine worse. Diba? Imagine mo na mamatay-matay ka. So now, naintindihan ni H2 na hindi ko pa oras. Hindi ito yung window ko. Patience is key.
Yun naman ang super agree ako kasi parang as long as hindi naman din talaga napupugo dito si H2, they're fine. Kanya lang ang ONIC Philippines mapag-push din sa may bottom lane. The typical aggressiveness na ma-expect natin in the early stages mula sa ONIC Philippines. Very methodical, very trade-wise. Kumbaga, parang sila, mga ekonomista sila dito, mga traders sila ng crypto dito na alam yung ginagawa nila.
Kaya nga may tinatawag tayong Marky business eh, di ba? At meron tayong tinatawag na Marky basag kapasyo na ginawa niya doon. First year, turret down bottom, and wait lang, sasakyan si Ureshi. Split grab, turning into the ult, and mukhang mapapolish pa nga si Pilar! And down he goes! Bypass si Ureshi! He survives that whole debacle!
Blue team hero has been slain!
Can kill though.
Brody.
Yeah, sobrang ahead ni Marky dito.
Seen it before, sobrang Eddie Marky yung game number 3, but they still managed to get back with Donut just farming. At Brody din yung hero na yun. Top lane, sobrang clear sa OY. That was a very big indecision and very, I would say, uncharacteristic na Dilarski. Usually when you're seeing Dilarski, calculated to, alam niya kung kailan siya magda-dive, whatsoever. He knows when he's gonna stay alive, but he stayed under the turret dun sa may top lane. Dahil doon ay napunish pa nga sila. Then again, not too bad para sa side ng ONIC Philippines. Nakakuha pa rin sila ng mga big objectives. At nagamit na yung deadly catch sa may mid lane. So, at this point, green light na to para mag-turtle yata ang ONIC Philippines.
Yep. So, sobrang alam ni H2 na hindi sila offensive ngayon. Defensive sila. So they cannot afford to lose that mid lane turret. Just like they did in the last game, game number 3. Yun din ang naging priority nila. Black Shoes already used up. Second turtle, third turtle, if I'm not mistaken, of the game going over to ONIC Philippines right now. Again, Flick on point, timers on point. We are primed for about 9-minute Lord, if I'm not mistaken. Just under 9 minutes. Lalabas na itong Lord na ito. At ang laki na rin ng lead ng ONIC dito. Almost 3K, if I'm not mistaken. 7 minutes in.
Yep. Oh, naproud na ito. Kaso naspatan si Cadenza. This is bad for NXP.
Yep. Pero may deadly catch na sagot si H2 as he was trying to secure his purple. Nag-ult na rin si Ureshi. So I think ang call ng team nila dito, ang call ni Hayes is, sige mag-ult kayo o mag-ult kayo. Kailangan lang natin kumapit.
And ang naging resulta nun para sa side ng ONIC Philippines ay more space. Alam nila walang deadly catch. Alam nila nag-backlit si Cadenza kasi super low siya and they are able to push top lane.
Yep. Oh no, split. Grab onto Donut. And there's the stun. Looking for the punish. And there's the finish. Kulang pa. Ang turn apart memory. Ang daming nagastos ng next play para lang mapatay si Dilar.
Oh, ginamit din yung flicker doon. So that means ONIC Philippines just trading once again. Ito na yung ito na yung prime time ONIC Philippines, the banana split that we're talking about. Kung hindi manalo ng clashes, win it by map.
Yep. Oh! Tatlo ang naibato sa hangin ni Orechi. Pero matatrade out siya dito. That was a nice setup pero kulang yung damage output ng NEXPLAY EVOS doon. Moments of brilliance pero ahead talaga ang ONIC Philippines. You can't deny that fact.
Yeah, see the burst down and nakakuha ng push yung ONIC Philippines sa may mid lane. NXP now trailing behind. Makikita pa rin natin na may chance pa ang NXP EVOS dito if they land all of their shots. That's what I always say kapag nakita ko ng Lolita. Specifically, meron kasi silang chain start, tapos AOE pa. Sanguine Claws, pati yung knock-ups ni Edith, all of them are AOE based. Tapos ibabanggain mo pa ng damage yung Sicilian, pati nitong Deadly Catch. There's a lot of potential for counter phase mula sa NXP EVOS. But ONIC Philippines, like I said, they win by map. Hindi sila straight up head-on collision against NXP EVOS. In fact, lamang nga na kills ang NXP EVOS. Pero yung ONIC Philippines, lamang na lamang sa mapa.
Yep. It's a matter of strategic trades. Lahat ng binibigay na ONIC, it converts into something else. And now it's grown to 6K gold lead plus a Lord marching down bottom lane, I'm guessing, or top. It's 50-50 here. Kung saan man yun, imamanage na lang ng ONIC Philippines yung waves nila. Hindi pa rin ready sumabak ang NXP EVOS. Bottom lane nga ang magiging entrada ni Lord.
So sobrang parang dumaloy na ang dugo ng split pushing dito kay Flick. 0-0 siya. Nothing but the map para dito kay Flick.
Yep, Greed though. Pumapasok. Black Shoes already used up. Cadenza, sobrang baba ng buhay. That's the tank on the side of NEXPLAY EVOS, not ready for an engagement. Uwi po na siya. Recall, heal, walk into the base. And all lanes are getting pushed in. Pero maganda, nadepensa ng NEXPLAY ang wave sa taas. Bottom lane, baka nga mabutas na. Let's see if they're gonna allow it. And there's a Deadly Catch with the defense. That's still Greed alive. Black Shoes still waiting. It's on cooldown now. Pero mapapatay nila si Lord. And natayo pa rin itong Toring ito. Inhibitor still standing. Oh, but there's a wave. Finally, super party. Sabi niya, basag na.
I'm actually surprised na wala namatay sa clash na yun. Was a very explosive mala Michael Bay ng movie dito sa my bottom lane. Binatosation coming out from Dilarski from the backlines with the Lord. Tapos may paputok afterwards. And it kind of feels like ONIC Philippines are playing their game. Ito yung nagpasikat sa kanila nung MPL Season 8. So far, acclimated dito ang kanilang new rookie. Flick, 0 kills, 0 deaths, 0 assists. Pero sobrang taas ng farm.
Yup, 0 hesitation. Alam niya yung rotations niya. And alam niya kung saan niya kailangan pumunta para ma-pressure ang NEXPLAY EVOS. If you're NEXPLAY EVOS, what's the game plan? We've been seeing them play defensive for the past 10 minutes, Wolf. Anong gagawin nila dito? Anong hinahanap pa nila?
T-Spogy lang talaga, Leo. I think that's the only thing that they can do. Try to make the plays para makalabas sila sa kanilang base. But, if all else fails, then just defend. Grouping of their heroes, ako bang ganda na kanilang depensa. Talagang ahead lang yung ONIC Philippines kaya nakapag-push sila dun sa bottom lane. The next target, don't give this 12-minute Lord. Kasi may talon na yun. And although it will push sa bottom lane, so hindi siguro ganun ka detrimental para sa NXP EVOS na makuha yung Lord na yun. Still, it will keep their game longer. Mabot sa point na lalakas na si Yelihis ulit with the Sicilian and Donut. Baka makakuha na siya ng mga tipong Wind of Nature as well as the Blade of Despair para maka-match na siya. And maybe if ma-shred ng NXP, yung ONIC Philippines just like that, meron kayong meron kayong pang-execute, baga.
I appreciated the effort pero conceal play sa wala, they did force the black shoes. And I think it's a matter of next play, playing the mental din. Parang, hindi, sige, conceal play kami. Gumamit ka ng resources para hindi ganun kadalik yung Luminous Lord. Which is, again, you mentioned, hindi ganun kasakit. Pero, masakit pa din. It's like it's free, but it's not. Tingnan natin kung anong diskarte ng ONIC dito.
So hindi ganun ka-shove yung lanes ng ONIC Philippines at malayo din si Dilarski. So this is technically a 4v. Pero bilis ng Lord take pala ng ONIC Philippines.
Red
Wow!
has slain the Lord.
What?
Super Marky! No breaks on this train. Dinire-diretso niya.
Hey.
Oh, pero ang ganda ng wave na iwan ni H2. Nakapush sila. Tier 1
Red
sa
team
back.
turret has been destroyed.
Yep. They were able to at least trade an influx of gold yan. Waiting pa talaga sa items ang NXP. And ang tunay na prescription dito pag ganito na yung nangyayari is to stay behind your base and just to wave clear. But we'll see Cadenza wants to make a play. Kaso na-check agad dito ni Dilar. Kita yung dalawa dito. And on Philippines, hindi sila mapapunish whatsoever outside of the base.
There's a Sanguine Claws forcing the black shoes. So may isang ult na nagamit si Greed. Third part memory naman para sa side ng NEXPLAY EVOS, and here comes the Lord. They have to use their skills very smart. They have to be good about this. And there is a deadly catch. Third part memory, kulang na stack na nalagay. Top, mid and bottom inhibitors have gone down. Sanguine Claws up. And this is going to be the split. There's a knock-up. There's the Numenon blast. Papagsakang isa, Hatred goes down. And that's going to be Marky taking down Oreshi. Boy pa, ang dalawa. Pero hindi na sapat pa para dumipensa. Ladies and gentlemen, ONIC Philippines evens the score. We're going to game number 5.
Victory.
Leo, when we were opening the draft, you were asking ano yung dapat gawin ng ONIC Philippines to at least force a game number 5. We're talking about ano ba tayo ng craziness, ano ba tayo ng kung anong cheeky plays. But the answer is straight up, go back to the basics. Go back to what gave ONIC magic, di ba? The split push, it was so real. Even in the last moment, nakita natin, Leo, na yung bottom lane, binabaga ng side ng ONIC Philippines, 4 of them members, ina-assist yung Lord. Parang ina-usher nila si Lord. But nandun sa top lane, quietly, flick, nakuha yung push dun sa may top lane, dun sa may mid lane, and already, nag-build up siya ng sobrang kapal na army ng minions na hindi na siya nasagot ng NXP EVOS. And eventually, isang battering ram ang inilabas ng ONIC Philippines when they tried to secure for that. It all started, before that clash, 0-0 and 0 si Flick. But they ended up with a 6-6 scoreline. Sobrang systematic ng game na to.
Yep. Wolf, you said it's ONIC magic bago pa naging it's ONIC time. And look at this scoreline. You mentioned it's 6-6. Napaka-conservative. Hindi nila kailangan pumatay ng hindi kailangan. They just did what they needed to do. And they know how to do it in short order. 14 minutes, 19 seconds. So talagang may time pa tayo para mag-game 5. Ika nga,